Hello, this is Barry McCormick. Welcome to the Bastille BSD video series. Today I want to talk about releases and bootstrapping the system. If you look, I'll have up the Bastille BSD website, bastillebsd.org. There's a link on to the documentation. This will get you to the latest documentation. If you look at the table of contents, we have pretty extensive documentation. If you look at the bootstrap command, just like you have to have an ISO to build a FreeBSD system or a FreeBSD VM, you have to have an ISO. To build a jail, you have to have a release. The process to get a release is called bootstrapping. Bootstrap, simple command, Bastille bootstrap, then the name of the release. Then if you want to do an update at the same time, you do an update, and it will apply all the security patches to that release. You see Bastille bootstrap 13.2 release, Bastille bootstrap 14.0 release. You can also bootstrap hardened BSD, and you can also bootstrap midnight BSD if you want to run either one of them in a jail. Bootstrap and release, again, is very easy. I didn't want to sit here through 5 minutes a piece and bootstrap these with you watching this thing download for 5 minutes. But I bootstrapped, right here you'll see I bootstrapped 14.2 release. Took it almost 5 minutes. It bootstraps the files, it downloads a manifest, it downloads a base.txz, it validates the checksum, then prints the checksums for you. Here's the checksum in the manifest. Here's the checksum from the download. These should match. It extracts the release of the base TXZ and says it's successful. The same process happened when I bootstrapped 13.5. If you want to see what releases are on a system, list releases. And it shows that I have bootstrap 13.5 and 14.2. Now, these are the releases. There's, I'm sure, been security patches for them. So let's do Bastille update 14.2 release. If you've bootstrapped a system and then, 2 months later, there's been a bunch of patches, you want to update your release, this is how you update a release that you've already downloaded. The other one we'll do here in a minute is when you do an update when you do the download. And see, this is going through and applying all the patches to 14.2 releases, 56 patches. Any jails built on a release, when you update the release like this, it will update the jails. I don't have any jails built on here, so it's not going, I can't show you them before and after. I didn't think of doing that. Okay, applying the patches. Getting 8 files. Done. Now, I don't have any jails. Let me create one off of 14.2. Okay, I just created a jail. Notice this says it was built on 1.2 release patch 3. So it did patch the release up to P3. Now then, let me create a 13.5 jail. Okay, notice this Alcatraz just says it's 13.5 release. Now then, let's do... It does not hurt to rerun the bootstrap command. It's not going to hurt anything. I'm going to run it with the update. All it's going to do is tell us, okay, it checks and says, okay, release is good. Now it's doing the updates. So if you want to save yourself time when you do a bootstrap, do the update, and it will automatically do the updates for you when you're updating or when you're downloading the release. Now then, let's look back at the jail. Notice the jail before it was just 13.5 release. It's 13.5 release P1. So updating a release updates any thin jail that's based on that release. If it's a thick jail, it's not going to affect a thick jail. You need to update the jail itself. Destroying. If you're done with the release, Bastille destroy and the jail or the release. So I could do Bastille destroy 13.5 release. If I hit enter, that's going to, it won't delete it because I have a container running on it. But if I stopped and killed that container, now it deleted 13.5 because I killed the container. That's all there is to managing your releases. Again, it's all in the documentation under Bootstrap and under Update. Go down here to the Update command. It shows exactly what I did for the 13.5 or for the 14.2 Bastille update. I did 14.2 release and it updated the release. So those are the steps of which managing your releases is. You download the release or bootstrap the release, you update the release, you can destroy the release. And you can have multiple releases. The only caveat is that the release you download or you needs to be equal to or older than the host system. My host system is 14.2 release. If they come out with 14.3 tomorrow, I would need to update my system to be able to run 14.3 jails. And that is it. That is all there is to managing releases. Hopefully this video has been informative and give you some insight into how to manage your releases. As always, happy computing.